So welcome to Small Town on Purpose.
Stop.
You're here. You're not directing. You're not directing like a director.
Sorry. No. Small Town on Purpose. Stop.
What's that mean?
It's an acronym.
Small Town on Purpose. SDOP.
Stop.
Oh gosh. I'm Ashley Barnett, and this is my lovely husband Jason.
Hi.
We are doing a vlog.
Supposedly.
Why are we doing a vlog?
That's an even better question.
I know. We've got a lot of questions in this episode that we're going to have a hard time answering, but it's going to be good.
Should I do it with my hat on?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we're initially going to do a podcast. That was Jason's idea. And I was like, yes, let's do it. And so I was like in the planning phases, and then Jason was like very non-committal and nervous. And so then it's been like, 5 months since we decided to do it. And then I was like, I'm going to do a vlog by myself and have Jason come on, as a guest appearance, as a guest every now and then. But he didn't like that idea. He was like, no, I'm going to do this. So
yeah,
here we are. And we're calling it It's Small Town on Purpose. So welcome. I listen to a lot of podcasts and vlogs, and what I hate it, are those really long-winded, gesticulating introductions that people do.
Is that a word?
It is a word. It's a word. I will define it if you need me to.
It sounds inappropriate. All right.
How is that gesticulating?
Stop saying it.
When you're listening and you're like, just get to the point. I'm not here to listen to you.
That's ironic.
Get into a lot, awkwardly get into a conversation. I'm here to just jump into it.
Okay,
So if I do that,
okay.
Can you tell me I'm gesticulating?
Like a safe word? We have to choose.
Yes.
Our word is broccoli.
Okay. If I start gesticulating, our safe word is broccoli.
Broccoli. I like it. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, Jason. So this is episode, we're going to introduce ourselves to you all so you know who we are individually, who we are together, who we are as a family. And so Jason.
Yes. Easier if you ask me questions.
I can ask questions. I've got questions. Jason was like, you can't look down and read your notes. It's awkward. It's not awkward. I'm gesticulating. Okay. Broccoli! Who are you, Jason?
Well, that's a very deep question. I feel like this, I'm entering into an AOL chat room.
You are.
38-year-old white male.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good descriptor. 38.
I think I'm 38.
White. You're a male.
Male.
Okay.
Native of Virginia. Whoop, whoop, go Commonwealth.
We're in Ohio right now. We live in Ohio.
Whoop, whoop, go
Buckeyes.
It's important. And what else do you want to know about me?
What are some of your likes and your like-nots?
I like you.
You like me.
I like my children.
Okay.
They're cool.
We have 3.
We do have 3. I enjoy farming, gardening. I enjoy watching Netflix and Prime documentaries that are of no interest to you at all.
He loves James Bond too, and I don't love. I don't love movies.
No, I do love.
This isn't about me though. This is about you.
I do like watching movies, and I really like food.
He does. Like food.
It's kind of that's a passion.
Yeah.
I love food. Not necessarily cooking the food. I do like cooking the food, but I really like eating the food.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm not that complex.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to go there. I'm Ashley. I am 37-year-old white female.
Okay.
Married. We've been married for 15 years.
Yes.
We've been together since we were 17. So we've been together 20 years, which is crazy. A little bit about me. I have 2 degrees. I don't use either of them.
Ooh, just throwing that out there, huh?
I start a new job in February, which I'm excited about. I'm going to be working full-time, remotely from home. I like to read stuff. I like to read lots of articles, news. I like to read books. So I haven't read a lot recently because I've been on TikTok.
Yes. Lots of TikTok that I'm forced to watch.
I save my TikTok, the best ones for him to watch at night.
Wait, you watch worse TikToks?
Yeah, I do. There's a lot. I've reached the bottom of the internet several times. Let's see. I enjoy gardening. I love animals. And we live on 30 acres in Southwest Ohio. And so I've got several animals. And Jason helps take care of them for me. He feeds them every morning while I sleep. Because I love to sleep. And I sleep a lot.
You like to cook.
I do love to cook. I love to cook.
Which is helpful because I like to eat.
You know, we're pretty compatible in that way. And we have kids. We have 3. We have 2 boys and a young girl. And they're great.
I'm sure we'll come into a video.
They will.
Later
We're going to talk a lot
in life.
about our kids. So I'm sorry about that. We're entering into this like new phase of like parenting teenagers. Our oldest will be 14 in just like a month, which is weird. He's going to be in high school this year, and I'm struggling a little bit.
Question.
Yeah.
My tea is ready.
Okay, you can go make it.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'll talk to you a little bit about, while Jason is making his tea, I'll talk to you a little bit about this vlog and what's going to be about. So we thought that we would share pieces of our lives with you guys, our daily life, kind of our plans and things. I do a lot of this on Instagram, if you follow me there. And I love sharing our farm with people. I love sharing pieces of our life with people. And we have fun all along the way. I also really love talking about stuff, hard stuff with people. I bring up, I don't know, uncomfortable conversations. And so I was like, I do this in my Instagram stories very regularly. I'd love to do it a little bit more publicly and have some more engagement with people. So that's why, Jason, he was listening to a podcast last year that he really enjoyed. He's like, we should do a podcast. And I was like, this is a great idea. But since I love the Instagram medium and stories and video, I was like, well, a blog might work really well. Because then we can actually like take you around the farm and show you places and pieces of our lives. And so that's what we want to do. So we'll be talking about politics. Oh. Yeah, we're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about theology, the church, being Christians, faith, spirituality. We'll talk about pop culture. I've been really wanting to talk to you about Pete Davidson.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know anything about this stuff.
Okay.
Jason does. I'm chronically on the internet.
Okay.
Jason is never on the internet.
Okay. I saw him about Pete Davidson.
Oh, and in the SNL. Wow. Okay. He does know about that.
I know more
We'll talk about animals. We'll talk about gardening, canning, family life, marriage, different kinds of stuff that we're not experts on, but I feel like we could just share with you guys. Why? That's the bigger question of why. Why do you want to do this?
Because I want to spend more time with you.
This is a good way to spend time together.
That was my reasoning.
Jason works full-time from home, remotely.
Mm-hmm.
And so a cool thing is we get to spend all day together. Even though he's in his little hovel working, I get to see him throughout the day.
It's called a garage.
It is a garage. It's a hovel, though. Yeah, this is a good way for us to spend time together because I make him talk about this stuff with me. And so he's got great opinions and thoughts, and I wanted to share that with all you all.
Glad you think that I have good opinions.
You do. I mean, I disagree with you often, but I think that you're a well-thought person.
No. We'll see.
Let me see what my notes say here. So the name of our podcast is Small Town on Purpose. And so it's Stop.
You got that
Stop.
in your head now, don't you?
I do.
Stop.
Dang it. Why is it called Small Town on Purpose? Well, we lived in Virginia in a city of about 250,000 people, which isn't huge, but it's not small. It's geographically small and more dense. And so there's a lot to do. There's a lot of food. There's a lot of...
Should note that it was only 66 square miles.
Norfolk. Jason also loves geography.
So it's 66 square miles, and the majority of it's taken up by a Navy base.
Yeah. You don't care or need to know that.
You do. Because you got to think about Like you're
where we
talking
came
per
from.
capita and the density of people for such a small little area.
Yeah, sure. That's where we came from.
Agreed.
And we had great restaurants. And in Norfolk, we had, how big was our property, like our house and our backyard?
5,000 square feet.
5,000 square feet. That's the
property.
size of our current garden.
That's true.
We had a really big garden in Norfolk, and we had some chickens, and we grew a lot of food, and we loved it, and we always knew we wanted a farm. We wanted something bigger. So 2021, we sold our house, and we moved to a very small town in rural Ohio.
Whoop.
There's 1,400 people in our town. It's tiny. But our county has about 45,000 people. So look, this is a lot of information for you guys. The point is we did a pretty huge life change. We were very involved in our church, had a wonderful community, great friends, and we kind of dropped like a atomic bomb. It wasn't an atomic bomb. We just dropped this bombshell of like, hey, so the Barnetts are moving. And that's what we did. And we'll get into questions of why we moved, why we chose this. But in terms of the vlog, one of the things of why I wanted to do this is we have a very small life here in Ohio. It's very mundane, mediocre, boring. I know it sounds fabulous. It is. It's so much different than where we were. It is. It is a boring life. However, it's also really, it's a slow life, but it's also really complex and really beautiful. And I wanted to kind of peel back a little bit of that, and however the Lord would want to use it is to offer that. Why are you doing this? Like you're doing this to the camera?
It's because my glass says it's bright.
Like it's bright in your eyes, or?
Is that better? I mean, I can't see.
It was very distracting.
Sorry. I mean, I can't see.
Now you're not wearing your glasses and it's distracting because I'm not used to seeing you with no glasses on.
It's cute, isn't it? You like it?
Yeah. We want to pull back the curtain, the veil a little bit, and allow the glory of the Lord to shine in the mundane, and things that we learned while we were at our last church. I feel like we went through a lot of the hard knocks of leadership at our last church. We were really poured into well and equipped for ministry, and it feels like a really fun opportunity to exercise that and use that on the internet.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. I'm excited.
Are you excited?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I got my tea.
So one of the things that we want to talk about in the first episode was why step away from an abundant time of life. See, I have it here. Why step away from an abundant time of life and leave behind good things for something new?
You didn't write the answer? That would have been a lot easier if you wrote the answer.
I wanted to get your thoughts. Why step away from an abundant time of life? I remember vividly before we moved, I was crying and saying, Jason, I cry a lot. And I was crying a lot then. People spend their whole lives trying to find beautiful community like we have and friends. Why would we give this up? And I really struggled with for a while feeling like I gave up a really good gift that the Lord had given us, like wasting it in a way. So why give that up? A really abundant full time of our life. Our kids had great friends. Why? And move here for something that's also good and beautiful and what we've always wanted. But that does feel, I actually don't know how to describe it. It's slower, but it does feel less full. Would you agree with that?
I would say our schedules are less full.
Our schedules are much less full.
I don't think our life is less full.
Okay.
Like we're still raising kids, we still have full-time jobs, we're still going to church. But schedule-wise, in terms of how we do that week in and week out, feels less full.
Okay, I
because
agree.
we're home.
Yeah, we're home all the time.
Yes.
So why do that?
Is this a question for me?
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons we looked at it was we were entering into a new stage with our kids. They were getting older. We were in that middle school age, which was new to us. And we thought about our kids having opportunity to have some portion of their life being around cousins.
Yeah, we did move around family.
We
His
did.
sister and her family, her kids.
And we thought that would be really cool for our kids to have an opportunity to get to know their cousins. You had a small bit of family growing up, but you were around younger cousins. I had a couple cousins in Norfolk that I really enjoyed growing up with, the portion that I lived there. But we thought that would be a neat opportunity, and to get to know sister and brother-in-laws and family that we'll have, hopefully, the Lord willing, through our entire life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was one big reason.
Yeah. I think I struggled thinking that it was sinful for me to give up all of this life that the Lord had built and given, and then move to something much slower. And I remember living in the house and thinking, I can't just be here all day, every day, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, this is wrong. And because our church is so far away, we haven't built a good community around us. So why? I think that's the like giant question. I know we had reasons for moving, but why give up so much and seemingly have so little? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeming ungrateful for what we have, but it's not what I mean. It seems.
I think you're defining what you're taking value in, right? I mean, one would say we didn't go from so little. We went from 5,000 square feet property to
It's true.
30 acres. So it's like, oh, you did the opposite. You got a lot.
That's true.
But in terms of community, we went from
people.
like really
Yeah.
invested in people's lives and lots of comfort where friends are family.
Yeah.
Feels like family. And I would consider them also family to, crickets during the week.
Crickets and frogs.
It's a weird.
Lots of crickets and frogs and cicadas in the summer.
But it's a weird shift in what I would consider the abundance shifted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, part of, I think, our recent life in the last few months is really, as we've adjusted to such a huge life change, is figuring out, why did the Lord place us here?
Yeah.
Why in Highland County? I mean, we're a good 45 minutes away from his family. Yeah. And 50 minutes from our church. And so we have found ourselves asking, why here? Why now? What is our purpose here? Or why did the Lord call us here? And we don't know. We don't have answers to that. But it's something that we've been thinking a lot about, is as we get more comfortable here, what does the Lord have for us? And I do think that there is like a little bit of faithfulness in our steps of moving away from Norfolk. I mean, I had a meltdown right before Christmas, and I went into the garage crying because I really missed home. I really missed my friends at Christmas, and it was just always a beautiful time of year with friends and at our church. And I was telling Jason, like, I just felt like we made the wrong decision. Like, why did we do this? And we've been here for a year and a half. And you had a really poignant, good answer for us, for me, and because he'd also been thinking about it. But what stuck with me is when you said Norfolk, which was the city we moved from, Norfolk was easy. And that really has stuck with me. I keep coming back to that, of like, Norfolk was easy for us. It was really hard in a lot of ways. I mean, we went through some really rough, hard patches. But it was really easy.
Easy in a good way.
Yeah, easy in a great way. Like, yeah, keep going. You do that.
I was just saying, like, easy in a good way, in which we had built up a significant of relational capital, right? We had a solid church that we were a part of. We had rhythms, routines, jobs. There was a lot of stability there. There was both people stability, job stability. property stability. You know, you just reached the house had just tipped, right? Like mortgage, there's lots of things.
He means our mortgage.
Sorry, yeah.
He thinks
Stability.
about that
I
stuff.
mean, that stuff's important.
Yeah.
But that is great and beautiful. And there was a lot of challenges and growth that would continue from there. But we got tossed into a completely different world all of a sudden, and it feels hard because it's like rebuilding all of that capital. I don't understand the culture yet. You know, we grew up Tidewater.
Culture here.
Correct. I mean, we grew up the majority of our lives, your life, the majority of mine, Tidewater, saltwater, marshes, crabs, seafood. You know,
It was coastal Virginia.
coastal Virginia.
We're in the Midwest now.
Yeah, so it really is a different, still in the country, but a different culture, and I think that's a whole different thing to try to reorient
And
to.
even, I mean, you drive 45 minutes west from us and you're in the suburbs of Cincinnati where his family lives. And it's a completely different culture than even where we are right now.
It's pretty wild.
And there are hard parts of that, of adjusting. And I get what you're saying, that like life was easy there for us. And it was beautiful and good. And the Lord really has been like sanctifying us here and growing and stretching us in ways that I never anticipated being stretched in. We are in red Highland County. When I say red, I mean like very Republican. And it was jarring when we first moved here and all the Trump signs everywhere. I remember
there's a lot of Biden signs.
No, it says beep in front of it. F Biden. A lot of those. That's funny. And so we were, you know, our city was very blue, Democrat. It was very diverse, and here is not. And I remember it was jarring. It doesn't even really cross my mind anymore.
Look, if I can grow corn on the street corner in Norfolk,
Yeah.
in a very blue city, I can grow corn
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah.
On 30 acres.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it is the Lord stretching and sanctifying me and, you know, confronting me with a lot of my junk, prejudice, tribalism. We'll get into politics later. Don't worry.
Oh.
That's not today. Jason gets stomach aches when we talk about politics. And guess what? We're going to do it publicly.
Oh, Lord.
I've got like a schedule for us that we're going to go through. And it's going to be good.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're going to stop it here. 25 minutes. I think it's a good amount of time. I don't want to take up... Look, I don't want to gesticulate at the end.
Broccoli.
Thank you so much for listening. One of the best ways that you can support us on this vlog is to hit the subscribe button and share this with your friends.
Oh, they have to do that now?
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to sound like those YouTubers that I keep calling at my kids to stop watching.
Smash that subscribe button. Share it with your friends.
You really don't have to. Don't feel the pressure.
He's very non-confrontational. He's never going to tell you what to do, but I would love it if you wanted to support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm going to edit this and put it on the bottom here where I am on Instagram. Jason's not on Instagram. He is, but he doesn't post there anymore, and he doesn't even check it anymore. So thank you so much. We love you guys. We cannot wait to keep doing this with you, and our next episode will come out soon.
I'm calling broccoli.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Or a natural state there.
We're ready. Look, the sun is beaming off of you. Are you a ray of sunshine?
Ray of sunshine.
I don't think that's the...
It's not the lyrics. Sorry. So are we supposed to look at this camera?
I can't decide. Are we supposed to look at ourselves or we look at the little dot over here?
Oh, there's the camera. No,
I think you just kind of talk to the screen.
No, because like we're looking. So you look at the camera and I'll tell you if you looked. Yeah. Are you looking at the camera?
I'm looking at the little dot.
You're looking at over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should look at the camera. Because when you look at the
I
screen...
can't. I'm going to forget.
No, you gotta look at the camera. Look at yourself. See? I'm looking at the camera. Hi, camera. You're a cute camera.